The Nerd or Not podcast is an irregularly aired show about games, movies, TV, comics, theme parks and anything else that floats our fandom. And now, here's your hosts, Jay, Bob, and Corey, the Cretans Guild.
Hello, Cretans, and welcome back to episode 35 of the Nerd or Not podcast. I'm Bob, and, you know what? These lights, I probably should have turned them on. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Lights aren't working. Save them for Tiki Tuesday. Hey, speaking of which, we are not alone. What's this we shit? I got a mouse in my pocket? No, it's two of us tonight, and basically, somebody is gracing us with their presence for the third time, and I've got to send bad joke. I've got to send out the warmest regards to this guy. GoobZ, this is the third time you've been on Nerd or Not. You're basically an honorary. Yeah, you're. This is like you're an honorary Cretan at this point. So thank you for being on.
Look at me go!
What have you been up to? I just listened to episode 37 of the Derailers podcast, and I think that's very apropos for the episode that we're going to do tonight. What did you, Ripken, and Jenny B talk about?
Oh, first we talked about One Punch Man on that episode, and then I told a random drunken story about Fan Expo Comic-Con up here in Toronto, and that was a lot of fun.
That was so
I'm happy you enjoyed it. It was one of the greatest nights ever that we've had together. And then, right after that, we broke into our first debut of Naysay, our radio episode about a man whose brain gets put into a horse.
Yep.
Greatest soldier of all time.
That was an interesting listen. I will say that if you haven't heard it, the link.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while. If you're going into it cold, you're going to be like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? But if you've been listening to a few episodes, we've been building up to the Naysay, and yeah, we got a couple good feedbacks from it, so we're going to keep it going.
Yes,
plus it's a lot of fun to do improv.
That was completely improv.
Yeah, for the most part. We only had like one little thing we had to go back and fix, but that was all off the top of our heads.
All right, that's impressive. I'm going to highly suggest everyone go and check that out. Odds are, if you listen to them, you're listening to me, or the other way around. I just spilled water all over my hands. I can't believe that. I forgot I just rinsed this guy out. So, what is this, by the way? This is my Geeky Tiki collection. This is the Ferengi. This guy, got him a couple weeks ago. This is pretty cool. It's got like a little wood graining on the back there. Are you into...
You can see the unboxing of that on Tiki Tuesday on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks for the little plug there. Yeah, of
no
Tiki
problem.
Tuesday.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, forgot to do a Tiki Tuesday recently, so hopefully we won't be... well, we weren't going to do it every single week. I say we. So far, it's just
now
been
you got
me.
Wacky Wednesday.
I think that's a Hungry Howie's thing. Do you guys have Hungry Howie's in Canada? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, it's
Hungry Hippos.
Well, who doesn't have that? It's a terrible pizza chain here, and I'm drinking a Mai Tai. It's pretty much mixed into the ice by now, so... Oh, that's a lovely sound. Ooh,
yeah, get thirsty, folks, get thirsty.
Yeah, that nearly filled it to the top, just to his forehead. All right, let's get a straw in there.
Stab him in the head. You can't forget the little umbrella.
Yeah, a little umbrella. It's not a drink. Not a tiki drink. That's it. Oh my god, these things are so hard to open for me. Because I got these sausage fingers. Alright, there we go.
Oh, I hear you. I break them all the time whenever we're out somewhere fancy. Just like, yep.
I do this shit all the time. And it's like, alright, it goes just a little more. No, fuck you. No. Okay. We're just throwing it in there.
I hate when that happens in real life. When it's like pissing rain and windy, and then all of a sudden, boom! Oh, damn it!
It's not worth it at that point. All right, GoobZ, this is for you. Thank you for joining me. Cheers. Cilantro.
Cilantro?
This might need a little cilantro, but man, is that good! That's so good. Oh, it's so yummy. Oh, I'm going to be sipping on this for the rest of the night. Anyway, like I said, episode 30.
Before we start, I just want to say Happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day. Yes, of course. Rusev Day. I don't normally flash my shirt.
Calendar in the back, dude.
Oh yeah, I got the calendar. The one that they actually sold out of. Products where that sold out. This wasn't available for like a good month. And this guy still can't get pushed. Well, he was on SmackDown for like the first time in like 3 weeks. It's insane. Push this man. People are buying his merchandise to the point where you can't keep it in stock. Rant over.
He's going to be the next Bullet Club. Watch out.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I don't know who else could join Rusev Day, but let's go with that. Yeah. But let's see. What have we been up to? Well, the reason it's just me is, once again, life has gotten in the way. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus. That's why there hasn't been any Nerd or Not. It's also been a little slow in the nerd department. Not a whole lot's been going on, except for that came out recently, Black Panther. Fucking awesome. Awesome movie. 2 claws
Haven't seen it yet.
I would highly recommend it. I saw one person say they didn't like the CGI, and I wanted to slap them. There was nothing wrong with the CGI. And it was a woman,
you don't
too.
Like what?
What? Come here.
Oh.
Just backhand.
Controversial. Back in the 50s, that would have been okay.
Well, back in the 50s, I don't think that would have been made, but hey.
Yeah, hey.
Anyway, segue. No, yeah. So Black Panther came out. That's really good. Recently, let's see. There's the things we've been going through. Corey, he had an issue with the apartment that he's living in that's made out of Swiss cheese, and he uses an oven to keep it warm. There was a little issue there, so he wasn't able to join us for a while. And Jay was in a situation where he changed his jobs, realized his job sucked, but because he didn't burn his bridges, he was able to go back to his old job, so now he's just like that's all situated again. Don't burn bridges, kids.
Don't burn bridges.
Exactly, yeah. Don't do that. There's always a chance you can go back, and Jay is very smart. He took that opportunity. So that's what his deal is. Me, on the other hand, I have been promoting the hell out of this show. I have been on a guest on a number of podcasts. I've been on the Pop-Up Filmcast. That's where we build a film festival out of actors. In this particular episode, it was out of the Star Wars universe.
Cool.
Where we had to pick Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and who was... James Earl Jones. And we had to build a film festival. I am shaking my desk, just with my hand on it. Sorry about that. Yeah, we had to build a film festival based off the movies that those actors were in. Some of the movies I selected were like The Frisco Kid and Batman Mask of the Phantasm. But it's a good listen to.
I love that cartoon.
Yeah, it's one of the best of all time, isn't it?
You got that figure that came out in the stores too that had the mask that could come off. Oh man, I wish I still had that.
Yeah, I never got that opportunity, so... Hey, if you got it, take a photo, send it to us, and just mock us with it. It's like, we got it! You're a jackass! I don't know what that voice is.
You bet my Wookiee.
Let's see, what else? I was also on the Wild Pitch podcast, which is possibly one of the more entertaining podcasts I've ever heard of. It's where, basically, they give you 3 elements, and you have to create a consumable product of some kind. Now, that's
the one like Shark Tank, right?
Exactly like Shark Tank, except for you got to be really creative.
Yeah, I know, that show's hilarious.
Yeah, the 3 items I was given was Emerald Lagasse, birthday parties, and death. So, I'm not going to spoil what the 3 of us came up with for that podcast. You have to tune in to listen to it. There's going to be links down to all these in the description, so don't worry about that.
Right off the top of my head... Oh, no, wait, no. I was thinking Bobby the Cake Master. I'm like 3 cakes in the funeral. But that won't work because it's Bobby Lagasse.
Bobby Lagasse. I will say that mine had to do with the
his name now.
apocalypse. Yeah, Bobby. That's your
Oh,
name.
nice.
Stick to it. Yeah. And I was recently on with Drunken Discussions with somebody. Oh, yeah, you, Goobs. You were on that with me. That's Ocho and Ortiz.
Oh, no, yeah.
And we did Elimination Chamber.
The Cluster F.
Yeah, that...
Whole bunch of podcasts on there. That got a little unruly at points, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, did it. The stuff that they ended up cutting, I hope it makes air someday in some capacity, like a blooper reel or something, because it was really funny.
It's around somewhere, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, we can only hope.
Could be used for blackmail someday.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay. Moving on. Oh, we got 2 more things we want to promote. Real quick. Jay has started an Instagram account called 52 Weeks of Tiki Drinks. Again, link in the description. It's an Instagram account. It's just a bunch of photos and polls for you to learn how to make drinks and see stuff about tiki culture. And he's also created... I just became a man, apparently. This drink is really good. A separate podcast of himself where he just makes basically on his lunch break, where it's called the House of Mystery Tiki. And it's just a little 5 to 10 minute podcast where he talks about drinks, he talks about culture, and he plays some tiki music. It's a good listen if you're on a break of some kind. Go ahead, check it out. Again, links in the description. Okay.
Check it out, folks. Do yourself a favor. If you love the tiki culture, you know where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, my promotion is done. Goobs, promote your shit.
Well, you can always check us out on WNW on YouTube, WrassleNerds, Wrestling, that's WRASSLE, NERDS, one word. Go there, give us a like, maybe subscribe to us if that's your kind of thing. We make a whole bunch of different wrestlers, put them all together in matches. We do the commentary ourselves, and it's pretty much our own little universe, and some people may or may not be showing up there at some point. So, check that out for sure. And then, also, you can check out the Derailers with my wonderful wife, Jenny Bean, and my best friend, Ripkin, and we sit down, we just shoot the shit, and who knows where we're going to go with our topics. We could make a musical about speed, or we could do a play like we did with Naysay, as we were shouted out already. But it's a great time. We've known each other forever, so there's a lot of chemistry and a lot of fun going on.
It's great stuff. You got to check it out. But let's go straight into the topics, Scoobs. Let's talk about the first thing. This upcoming weekend is the 189,000th Oscars.
That's a lot of Oscars.
Yeah, there's a lot of Oscars, and you know what? Here's something I've noticed. I don't know if you listen to a lot of podcasts. I was listening to a couple this morning, and one of them that their deal is they talk about movies and TV. They were talking about the Oscars, and just like nearly every other podcast I listen to, they all say, yeah, here are the Oscars, we didn't see any of these movies.
That's pretty much how this is going to go.
I mean, you got your normal leading role, actor, actress, supporting role. There's a couple I want to go over, and I'm pretty sure you probably seen some of these by now. I'm looking at the nominees, and one of them I can't believe actually got nominated. Of the Best Animated Feature Film. Yeah, let's...
Moana?
No, not Moana. I think that was last year. It's this year.
Been. I think they did win something, actually.
Yeah, I would probably say they did. I would agree with you and lean on that one. But the 5 nominees this year, The Boss Baby. The Boss Baby?
My kid likes that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fair enough, but how old is your kid?
6.
6, yeah. Do you like it? I saw it. I couldn't stand it.
I watched a bit of it with him the other day and just like, nah.
All right, yeah. Maybe there was just a shortage of movie this year and they just like, throw in The Boss Baby. We don't give a damn.
Well, he also liked the Emoji Movie, so. Yeah.
Okay. The Emoji Movie not nominated.
Remember, he's 6?
Yes. I have a 6-year-old myself.
I wonder why.
Some other movies, The Breadwinner. I haven't heard of this one. That must be a foreign movie or something. I'm going to have to look that one up, The Breadwinner. Also, Loving...
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, how about Loving Vincent? You heard this one? No
Nope.
idea about this guy. All right. These last
You're
two
gonna
I
get a
have
lot
heard of.
nopes.
Well, these next two you probably have. Ferdinand, starring one John Cena, probably.
Oh, yes, the Bull movie.
Yeah, that actually got nominated. I
I
haven't
haven't
seen it,
but I know of it.
I have some interest in seeing that. And one I haven't seen yet, and I actually feel like such a heel for it because I'm such a Disney freak, is Coco.
Oh, I heard that movie's amazing. And, like, we're into that whole thing. I'm surprised we haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
We were going to watch it, and Zim said he was scared of it. Because the skeletons and everything. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of see that, but I mean,
With the dead and all. He got scared of Land Before Time.
that's understandable.
say
That's the first 20 minutes of Land Before Time is intense.
Oh, it's fucking devastating. The whole fucking planet dies, and a lot of their parents.
Oh yeah, and they all get separated. It's a heartache on wheels right there.
Kids' movies aren't what they used to be. Well, I guess Up is pretty devastating in the beginning of it.
Oh, we're all right. Up. Yeah, Up. I mean, it's like, why do all these parents have to die? Or people, loved ones.
Stop dying!
Stop dying! As I yell into the mic. Sorry. Other than the best animated, let's also look at best picture. If animated was one thing you're going to be able to tell about best picture, let's just run down the names real quick. Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. What? And The Shape of Water. That one I've heard of. And Dunkirk. After that,
I heard of Shape of Water, and what was the other one you said earlier? Fuck. Get
Darkest
Out.
Hour?
That's on next on my watch list.
or Dunkirk.
Get Out.
Get Out. Okay, I don't know Get Out. That one, I've
It's
heard of Lady
made by
Bird.
Peel from Keen and Peele. And it's
really?
like a horror movie. Yeah, no, it's supposedly, Ripken was telling me it's goddamn amazing, and I heard that from a lot of people. So I'm going to check that one out for sure. That's on my next watch list next time Jenny's home.
Huh. Okay. Peel.
Yeah, and they signed him on for another movie as well to do another horror movie. It's like it deals with like racism as an issue and stuff like that. That's so I'm told. So be an interesting watch.
That's definitely going on the Netflix when it comes out. Interesting. All right. So, like just about everybody else, we haven't seen any of these movies. We have no idea what's going on. If someone... You know what? I am disappointed that there was a small independent movie made here in Florida recently called The Florida Project that had William Dafoe in it. And I don't like it because...
Oh, I heard that was good too.
Yeah, I don't like it because it has to do with Florida. I don't like it because I knew most of the crew who worked on that movie. I liked it because I read the script and I was like, oh my god, this sounds amazing. I haven't had a chance to see it yet. Now that I'm just thinking about it, it's like, it's just slipped my radar for a while. I highly recommend, just with me reading what I have online, go see The Florida Project. It is a really, if they stuck to the script, really good movie. God, I'm promoting a movie I haven't seen.
It's okay. People will go watch it anyways. He said it was good. I trust him. He has that face you can trust, so let's go see the movie. And you get that tweet like half hour after the movie's watched. You asshole! You told me to go see this movie. I spent $30 on tickets and popcorn and got nothing out of it besides fat.
Yeah, as long as they're tweeting me, I don't care. Bring it. I want to hear it. Tell me how much I suck. You're not telling me anything new. This is the meat of the episode. This is what I am really excited about. This is something that we have done a couple years in a row now. We are starting off the 2018 Nerd Playoffs. What the hell is that? If you haven't been watching, because, in the last year...
what the hell is that?
Well, thank you for asking, GoobZ. In the last, 6 months or so, both our view count and our followers have tripled, I would have to say. And thanks to guys promoting us, such as yourself and Miles from Best Darn Diddly, and just about everybody in that promo horrors group, because we love to whore ourselves out.
Yes,
and
we do.
I have to say, thank you everybody for checking us out. Now, what is the Nerd Playoffs? 2 years ago, is that right? 2 years ago? Yeah. Jay and I started the great comedy playoffs to see what is the funniest movie of all time. The eventual winner was Ghostbusters over Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It was, yeah, it was a close contest, and yeah, Ghostbusters did win out.
Ghostbusters myself.
Yeah,
I love Holy Grail, but GB's my shit.
Well, as contentious as that was, the one we did last year really ruffled some feathers. It was the great action movie playoffs. The finals for that one.
Last Action Hero in there?
It was not, thank God, because that'd be hypocritical to have an actual to have that in the action movie playoff. The finals was Predator versus Aliens. Now, Goobz, I'm going to assume... Well, I'm not going to assume. You tell me. Which of those two would you have voted for?
Aliens is pretty great, but I gotta go. I love Predator. I gotta go with Predator.
It was the number one winner. It was a close... but, you know, we had a couple of strange moments where some people were complaining, it's like, why isn't this movie in? Or why isn't that movie in? I was like, man, I really got to figure this out for next time.
Where's 12 rounds with John Cena?
In the dumpster where it belongs, with Marine 5. So
that has the greatest... Sorry, 1 second here. But there's one part where he's in the building, and they need the fire hose or something, right? So a fighter comes along, he's a background extra, smashes the hose, and then he takes his time to open up the whole case and then pull the hose out. It's one of the scenes I remember most from that movie, and it makes me laugh every fucking time. It's like, you fucking extra, know your job, man.
Grab the hose and get on with your life. Come on, dude.
You don't need to smash the glass and then open the door for it. Just grab the fucking hose.
In case of stupidity, break glass. Smashy, smashy. So, this year, we are doing animated series. That is our playoff tournament for this turnaround. So, I didn't want anything getting left out this time. I am needing all the feedback as possible. And the way, we're still fine-tuning it, but here is, as of right now, the way I think we're going to be doing this. We have it split up into 6 different categories. We're going to fill out those categories with as many shows as we can. Think of everything we can. And we want viewer input or listener input, which, whatever. If you nominate a movie, it's going on the list. And then we're going to let the votes decide what's move on. So how this is going to work this time around is we're going to have heats. It's not just going to be one giant playoff bracket. It's going to be a battle of heats in these particular categories. The categories are the classic era. Anything from 19 whatever to 1979. So that's a good group of stuff right there that could probably stand on their own. After that, we have cartoons from the 1980s. That right there is a monster list. Because we started compiling this.
TV shows and movies, or just TV shows?
We're doing movies? Animated series.
Perfect.
We would like to keep
just
it
clarifying.
to TV series, but then we realized that there were some things, like, say, Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies, where they have such a high influential impact on the world of animation that we decided, let's go ahead and include them. We're going to give them, like, the Brock Lesnar treatment and just, like, all right, let's just push them in there. So that's going in the classic era. After that, obviously, the 80s. And then also we have the 90s. That's pretty lengthy.
That's a big heavy hitter, too.
That's more than I thought it would be. And then we're having what I'm calling the cable era, which is basically, you know, anything that aired on Cartoon Network, Nick, Disney, you know, anything that was basically, that came out when cable was king at that moment. And then we have another category called the modern day. You actually woke
up on Saturday mornings and watched TV.
Yeah, well, that was kind of like in the 80s, mostly 90s. I think somewhere in like mid-90s, Saturday morning cartoons died. I thought about making that a category, but I decided, splitting up into 80s and 90s would probably be better. Because the cable era, when that kicked in, that pretty much killed all the Saturday morning cartoons. Which, that's a shame. I enjoyed my Saturday morning TV while the parents slept. Yeah, sure, I'm going to turn on Gummy Bears and whatever it was. So, after that,
I remember those guys.
Yeah, the Disney block, that was awesome. And then the last category is a really big one, anime. That sucker is that's gonna fill out quick because I started listing a number of these already, and let me check the numbers. Just after an hour or two of research, the cable era. Yeah, we're somewhere around 50 different series.
Holy crap!
Just for the
wish
cable
Jenny Bean
era.
was here for the anime because she probably knows most of those.
Well, you know what? Here is how she can get something in. If you want to make a top 5 list and send it to us at Cretans Guild, put the hashtag Nerd Playoffs. Great. That's how you can get it into us. Any other form of social media, like Facebook, Instagram, whatever you follow us on. You can make a comment down here if you're watching us on YouTube or on Podbean, whatever, or iTunes, whatever you'd like. Well, I don't know. You can't make really comments on iTunes. You can leave reviews. Do that. Leave a 5-star review. And then leave your top 5.
Do that.
But if you want to make a top 10 as well, you know what? That's even better. That's great.
If you don't do that, puppies will cry. No one likes a crying puppy.
No one likes crying puppies. We get the.
So
get
give
those
your
puppies
5-star
in here.
reviews, or else puppies will cry.
Thank you. I quickly, before the episode started, I sent it out on Twitter. It's like, hey, send me your top 5 or your top 10 animated series of all time. Crumb actually chimed in, and this was an interesting one. He only gave me 3.
Canadian.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that I've made a lot of Canadian friends as of late, and God bless every last one of you. You're awesome. He only could enter in 3 at the moment. He said he's going to get some more to me. The Flintstones, Looney Tunes, and Ruby Gloom. I've never heard of this one. That one I'd have to research a little bit. Have you heard of Ruby Gloom? Yeah.
Yes, I have. Watched that on YTV, a Canadian station up here. It's very, it's a kind of like a dark kind of gothic kids cartoon with a little girl, and she would have little friends that are all gothic and skeletons and stuff like that. Jenny absolutely loves it. I watched a few episodes. I enjoy it myself, so it's a good one.
Oh, cool.
Nice suggestion, Crow.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I did research it a little bit, and I'm actually looking forward to checking out an episode or so. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. I gotta look that part up.
I'm sure you can find it on the tubes of YouTube.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's somewhere. GoobZ, what are some of your favorite shows you grew up watching?
Well, I gotta go with He-Man. That's one of my all-time favorites. I had all the action figures to go along with it. And the Masters of the Universe! And now
you're
all
talking the one from the back in the 80s,
around.
the original, not any of these remakes they did after that.
Yeah, no, and not the shitty movie either. With Courtney Cox, their first role. That was absolutely terrible. When does He-Man use a gun? He doesn't. He didn't have a sword in that movie. It was garbage. Fuck you, Dolph Lundgren. From the bottom of my heart and my cockles, fuck you. You ruined my childhood. You're worse than Michael Bay in my books. But yeah, no, I love He-Man.
I was like, I'm so excited to see this, and it was shit.
Oh, exactly. You saved up your allowance to go see that movie, and you got nothing but punched in the face for it. It's oh, you saw He-Man, nerd? That movie was garbage. Not a true story, but I imagine that would happen nowadays. I went back and watched it recently, in the last couple years, and still garbage. No, I'm shutting this off halfway through. But no, the original animated series, absolutely awesome. Yeah, people find their little innuendos in there as Prince Adam and everything like that. And they make their memes and they laugh, but that's okay, because what's going on? You just gotta say hey sometimes. And behind me on the shelf, I got a couple He-Man figures and stuff like that. I actually have a Castle Grayskull, and I cherish it.
I think I had
something with that.
the Castle Grayskull playset growing up, man, that thing was just between that and
I bought
Thundera
one
Castle.
2 years ago for $20.
Oh,
Someone gave me a
that's
good
probably
price
cheaper than when
on
it was. Yeah, I don't think it cost that
he's
little
like,
when it was first out.
He's like, oh, it's missing some pieces. I'm like, I don't care. Is the shell there? Because all I want is to look like it's Castle Grayskull. And it did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of my utmost favorite ones. Transformers as well, kid of the 80s. Like, mostly 83, right? So watched that at the tail end of the 80s going into the 90s.
Love Transformers.
Oh,
The
man,
Dinobots and the Combiners were all my favorite. The G1s?
Oh, you gotta love the Combiners. Constructicabot or Construct... What the heck was his name?
Devastator.
Everything's escaping me. Yeah, Devastator, there you go. The purple and green. I think that's why those are my 2 favorite colors to this date. Neon green and neon purple.
Yeah, it's such an odd combo, but it works.
Oh, it works so well. I want to have a car one day, a shitty old Chevette, just purple and green, and just call it the Devastator. Drive around all over the world in it, going on adventures. But yeah, no, that's those 2, and Fraggle Rock wasn't really kind of animated, but kind of was. It's more puppets, but it had the Dozers.
Ooh.
They were animated. I like that part of it.
That's a good point. If that's considered animation or not, probably not. I'd love to see some other input on that. I get the 80s and 90s
mixed up too, because a lot of them, in my childhood, like Muppet Babies. I don't know what that's from. Probably 90s.
That. You know what? I think that made our list. Let me see.
Muppet Babies.
I'm pretty sure that made our list.
Stuff thrown at them.
You know what? I would have to look it up.
I think the California Raisins had a cartoon. It is 80s. There we go.
Yeah. There were some awesome shows in the 80s. Oh, God. Voltron? Thundercats? Good God. Get out of the way. I'm watching.
I miss those ones. I love both of those. Huckleberry Hound. What about... There's so many.
Yeah. And even, some of the spin-off garbage cartoons that were trying to make money off of the other big-name stuff, they were pretty good. Like Silverhawks and GoBots. I can't believe I just said that.
Oh, man. Psych Hill.
The 80s had such great shows. I mean, also, on top of everything we've already talked about.
Mask.
Yes, that's actually at the top of our list. That was the first thing I thought of, because that seemed like such
the toy line was absolutely amazing for that.
Oh my God, that show was 4 toys.
Every show in the 80s was. That's how He-Man started. They had all the figures, and then they started making the toys for it. Pretty much afterwards, though they had the toys first and they make the show afterwards. It's like, we need to sell these more. Okay, well, let's make a TV show. Let's go. And that's like, same with Ninja Turtles and all this stuff like that. They were made just to keep throwing toys on the shelf, and we kept on buying them. Yeah,
there was a whole bunch. I mean, I remember, let me look at my list here. Dino Riders.
Police Academy. Dino Riders was awesome.
Yeah, that was a show I got more into the toy than the show.
Cops. The law.
Yeah, Cops.
Law.
It's crime fighting time.
I need to go back and watch a lot of these again.
Yeah, I mean, I was compiling this list of like, this is going to be a really, really hard contest to figure out. And one of the shows I had a really hard time figuring out what category it should go in is The Simpsons. Because it started in the 80s.
Yeah,
it got hot in the 90s, and it's still going today.
That's a very relevant show, as a couple of our friends would know.
Yeah. And I actually reached out to Miles and Richie, and I asked them, like, where would you guys put this show? And they pointed out that the first episode was December 17th, 1989. The second episode wasn't until somewhere late January, so they rushed to get that first episode out. So even though, it started in the 80s, but it got hot in the 90s, and that's where it had, like, its golden years. So
that's where Star's legs started running.
Yeah, we all decided that, yes, it started in the 80s, but it should probably belong in the 90s category of TV shows, which right there, that is a huge list of incredible, incredible shows.
Oh, that's where you got the Spider-Man, X-Men, Gargoyles, Beetlejuice. But there's so many, like those in Batman the Animated Series as well, like in that category.
Yeah. Yeah, Superman, the animated series, Justice League. Well, Justice League was in the 2000s. But still, I mean, it's not the 90s, the 80s. We have a hard race to go about here. So, I decided that probably the best way to do this is we're going to take in movies for probably the next month or two. Or not movies, TV series. Sorry. And then we're going to compile a huge list. What we're going to end up doing is, instead of just throwing everybody into a bracket at once, we're going to have heat battles. We're going to have, like, depending on how thick that particular category is, we're going to take, like, say, 4, 6, 10 shows, and then let people vote on them, and then the top 3 vote getters will move on to the next round. And we'll just keep doing that until there's, say, 4 or 5 series remaining from that particular category, and then those shows will go into the overall bracket. I think this way it will weed out like all the really small stuff that will still get noticed in one way or another, but it will also allow, because we're also going to have wild card positions, like shows that we all deem that, you know, they deserve a second chance, they're going in the bracket. Like, say if...
Like Samurai Pizza Cats needs to be in there. Throw it in.
Pizza Cats. All right, I'll have to research that one to find out when that.
Who would you call when you want some pepperoni? Samurai Pizza Cats. It's a real show. It's an anime with cats that turn into like Power Rangers, kind of yet again.
Boy, does that sound familiar? Because there were I'm going to assume that was in the 80s as well, because there was so. No,
I think that was shows. 90s.
Oh, really?
I used to watch that after Dragon Ball Z.
You know what? The anime is going to be tough. I know anime isn't exactly your thing. On your recent episode, you guys got Ripken to watch One Punch Man. I haven't seen One Punch Man. I really want to see this because I've heard a lot of good things about it.
You need to. It's on Netflix. It's an easy watch. It's 12 episodes. I'm pretty sure 12 or 13 episodes. 28 minutes each. It's very entertaining and a definite watch.
Oh, that's awesome. I dig...
In the anime, though, I gotta be going for one. I have it tattooed on my arm. Gotta go for Naruto.
That is on our list. Yep, that's a cool tattoo. Awesome. Yeah,
we got it on Valentine's Day. Me and Jenny have matching tattoos. Love.
Oh, that's sweet and morbid at the same time. It's like, let's go scar our skin on the same day. All right, just to say how much we love you. I'm not making fun of you.
We're both into tattoos, so...
All right, fair enough. I got a couple myself. They're under sleeves. We'll do it another time, I guess. But you know what? There was Corey has actually introduced me to an anime that I freaking love. It only lasted for one season, and I think it aired back in 2013. And the show is it's unbelievably. It goes from dark to suspenseful to, like, it really makes you think. Boom, boom, boom. Like 3 different episodes. And the intro for this show, just like a lot of anime, is just over the top, ear-catching as hell, action-packed, just the intro itself. And it is so incredibly not like the show itself. I was like, oh man, if the show is anything like this intro, it's going to be awesome. The name of the show is called Death Parade. A lot of people are familiar with it. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I haven't. My wife probably has.
All right. I'm going to highly suggest watching it. Death Parade. It's definitely on Crunchyroll. Or no, I saw it on Verve, which is basically the same thing. But you can watch it there. It's a wild show. And I don't want to give away anything. He just said, he gave me the title and he says, go for it. Just knock yourself out. And it's only like 10 episodes. It's really worth the watch. But the anime is going to be a very, very tough contest, just like a lot of these.
And a lot of those are hard to get into, too, because you see how many episodes they have, like 800-plus episodes. There's like, holy fuck. Like, my life is ruined now. If you watch the first few and then... you're like, yeah, no, I like this, and you look how many episodes are left, like, oh, that's going to take 3.5 years to watch.
Yeah, it's like, let's see, we got Cowboy Bebop that was on for 1 season, or Dragon Ball, which has been on for 32 years, roughly.
It's still going.
Still going.
Yeah, no, there's tons of different shows from all sorts of different decades, especially recently. There's some good ones. Like, I've really been liking Teen Titans Go. I watched that a lot with my son, and a show called We Bare Bears is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, definitely check that one out. Ben 10's a really good one, though. It was out again, but they remade it now. Ben 10's really awesome. It's about a kid who has an alien power wash and turns into all sorts of different aliens. And I don't know, I just love cartoons. I don't care how old I get. I'm just going to watch the newest stuff that comes out. Like, happy my son's around so I can blame him for me watching cartoons.
Yeah, are you kind of like me where you sit around, my kids, they'll watch some cartoons. I'm like, man, I always say that, we had some of the best cartoons of all time, but these are pretty freaking good. Gravity Falls, oh my god, that is so good.
I haven't got too much into that one yet. Is that a Disney one, or?
It was on, yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, Disney does own or Disney produced it. I want to say they didn't make it, they produced it. But then there was some...
Ferb.
Yep, Phineas and Ferb is really good. Star versus the Forces of Evil, that one's really good. And then there's a couple that are clearly not Disney, like Venture Brothers, where they do like 10 episodes every 4 years or something.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like Johnny Quest from back in the day. Speaking of
it does make fun of Johnny Quest a lot and a bunch of other shows. They actually made fun of Disney at one point, and it was...
Oh, man, is Harvey Birdman on the list?
Harvey Birdman is on our list, yes.
Oh, thank God. Because that splices in the whole old and new thing. Undergrads and, Clone High.
Clone High, yeah, that one needs to be on the list. Was that one a full season?
Just 1 season each, that's all they got.
Okay.
And I think it was aired on MTV. Well, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure they're Canadian. I'm not too sure, though, if they were made up here or not. But either way, they're amazing cartoons.
Yeah, I gotta look into that. That's definitely probably cable era territory.
Oh, yeah, that would be cable era for sure.
But yeah, I am really looking forward to this. It's going to be a challenge to put all this together. It's going to be a challenge to tabulate all the arguments. This is probably going to ensue. But if you want to participate, again, send your top 5, your top 10 to us at Cretans Guild on Twitter, and that will pretty much guarantee your show will get noticed in some way. Then eventually, like I said earlier, we will have the heats, and then the more popular shows will move on from that point out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really hope we get as many people as possible to participate in it. I just realized I'm a little woozy. I think I should not have made this a double. Yeah, Drunken Discussions is a few days too late, apparently. God, Bob, don't...
That's what this show turned into.
Yeah. So, while I'm still able to stand, I'm going to go ahead and do a closing here. Goobz, once again, tell us...
for like the Family Guy moment, like, poof!
It just...
Family Guy better not be on the list.
No actually, Family Guy is, but I seriously
doubt it. Rick and Morty for life.
Rick and Morty is on the list. It is on the list. It's there. I guarantee it's on the list.
God damn it,
Why did
Morty!
I just do that?
You're gonna be great. It'll be something awesome, Morty. One day you're gonna be the best, Morty. You just gotta shove this up your ass.
You see, I've never seen Rick and Morty, so that completely went over my head.
Shame on you. Shame.
I know.
Shame.
I've been wanting to see it. I deserve all that. I deserve it. Oh, God, look at my head.
You gotta watch it. Holy shit.
I just nailed my head on my desk, and I wasn't aware of that. All right, Goobz, tell us your Twitter and everywhere that we can get hold of you.
I'm sorry, I need to contain myself right now. I can't believe you just fucking headbutted your desk. That's amazing. Well, you can follow me at GoobZWN. You can follow my counterpart, Ripken at RipkenWN. Jenny's the one that runs the Derailers at the Derailers. You can follow that on Twitter as well. and Instagram and other places. You can listen to us on iTunes and Stitcher and Buzzsprout, the Derailers, and you can follow us on YouTube at WrassleNerds. I spelled it out earlier for you folks who are still listening, and I hope you are, because this show's going to be awesome. And so just check us out, give everyone that we know comments and subscribe and everything like that. Give us those two. Just love our friends. And don't headbutt a desk.
No, don't do that. That was a really bad idea. I was trying to do slapstick humor, and all right, it looks like it's going away. Thank God. I'm gonna put this down. It looks
serious there for a second.
I did a podcast and had a mild concussion. That's all right. GoobZ, thank you so much for being on.
He's got a family, damn it.
He's got kids. All right, I'm gonna hold on so I don't fall. GoobZ, thank you once again for being on. I can't
Thanks for having me.
Thank you enough. I'm going to sign off now before I fall and hurt myself. We do feed off your dialogue, so if you want to communicate and continue this discussion, give us your top 5, your top 10, your top 50. Get those into us. Your favorite cartoons.
Give us everything you got. Just give it right to us.
Give it to us. We want it all. No, we don't want it all. We really don't.
Assimilate.
It's futile. Anyway, if you want to comment on anything that we've talked about today or mumbled about today, I can't believe I'm actually speaking proper English right now. That was really strong.
You got this, man.
Yeah, I got it. Let's finish that drive. All right, you can either find us wherever you're listening to us, or YouTube, or iTunes, obviously, and Google Play. I'm going off of memory now. That's why I got to close my eyes because the teleprompter in my brain has just shut off. You can also get us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. We post daily to both of those, including the Instagram, where I desperately try to find funny images to put every single day. And to all of our followers, new and old, and to you, GoobZ, we say, welcome to the Guild.
Hurrah!